I've gotten into these Takara DVD/movie exclusives recently. I have 4 of them so far, and I kind of want to try getting the whole set in the next decade or so. And this is the latest addition to that little collection. This is a red redeco of Starscream from 2007, or pink Starscream, depending on what color you see. But this was very odd to try and get, and it cost so much originally. So you could only get this with purchases of a Toshiba Verida RD A301 HD DVD recorder, which at the time of release was about 100,000 yen, or $900 US. 900 US dollars ish. That's the only price I could find in my research, and holy shitting hell, that's expensive. Granted, DVD players and recorders back then were very expensive compared to now, but 900 bucks is a big chunk of change, that's for sure. But hey, you got a free Starscream from that if you bought that DVD recorder. But yeah, I believe this is the retail price, 900 bucks, and that, to my knowledge, is one of the most expensive retail prices for a Transformer exclusive. Retail, not aftermarket. Aftermarket, there's quite a bit more, but for a retail price to get a Transformer, to have to spend $900, I think that's one of the highest prices out there. First thing I want to get out of the way is the gold on his hands. It doesn't look or feel like the type of gold plastic that breaks. It feels fine and sturdy. I've squeezed it multiple times to check, and yeah, it's good. But why did I risk that? This only cost me 40 bucks, sealed. That's it. Shout out to Spikey's Collectibles on Twitter for letting me know that this thing existed a while back. This deco is actually fire. I dig it. The gold and pinkish red look a lot nicer in person, and the green light piping just pops so well. Kinda wish they gave this deco a bit more black, but it's not terribly bad. He does have the word HD DVD stenciled onto his waist, if that even is his waist. I don't know, the Dorito design is odd. I love it though. Doesn't mean that it's not odd. I really do like how all the wing bits kind of fold around the upper torso to form the shoulders. It gives him this huge muscular look, and it's pretty neat. He does suffer from no real hands, like he has no hands at all. I do like the fact that you can fold out these little thingies here and pretend they're claws. That's what I did when I was younger with my original toy. He does do the firing missiles thing too often. They keep firing by themselves. I've shot myself in the face countless times because they just go off while I'm messing with the figure. It's just because of their age. But I really like how this mold has missile storage on the arms. That's really cool. But it also mimics the old null rays from G1, which I think is extra cool. You can also give him a big PP. He stands out hard on my movie shelf because of how vibrant he is in the sea of more real world colors, but he's gonna go on my Japanese exclusive shelf, so he fits in with that display a lot more. Articulation is fine. It's a movie 1 toy, so it's not the greatest. The arms have a lot of range with the transformation hinges there to help get them into extra places, but the legs are kind of limited. He also is super top heavy, so if you have a version of this mold that has loose feet, he will topple over. Transformation is both cool and frustrating at the same time. Trying to not get the tail fins to pop off makes it very frustrating, but pulling the cockpit down and the whole thing just kind of forms into a jet is really satisfying. This is one chonky ass jet. The legs don't compress super well, so you're left with a whole lot of junk down there. But man, other than that, this looks sick. I absolutely love the gold trim around this dude, the wings, the tail wings, the front end, the cannons. It's a deco that just works really well in my eyes. It also has the name of the recorder you can get. It's like stenciled on the cockpit there, which I think is kind of funny. One cool thing about the jet is that if you push it along the ground, the cannons will rotate and fire. Not super well, about 40% of the time, but it's still really neat. Reminds me a lot of those, oh god, what are those minigun cannons called from Bionicle from 2007? It reminds me a lot of those. Kodak blasters. It reminds me of those. The flap that covers his face on the back doesn't really do a good job, and that has always bugged me about this alt mode. And for some reason, this thing has a really fruity smell out of the box. Like, I don't understand why. I mean, it's better than Gigastorm. That thing smelled so bad, it made my entire office smell like burning plastic when I opened it up. Please take better care of your toys when you go to sell them. This mold is sick though. I definitely recommend getting a version of this mold. It's just fun, not perfect, but fun. This deco though, I mean, if you can find it for cheap like I did, then get on that. This thing was worth so much on release, and finding one sealed can be kind of challenging. There's a couple on eBay going for about 170 US dollars ish, but I managed to pick this up for 40 on Buy. So make sure you know where to look before buying this, because while cool, I don't think you should be spending 170 bucks on it. But that's my look at HD DVD Voyager class Starscream from the first movie. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.